And joining us in studio is Minister of National Security and Communications, Stuart Young. Minister, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Good evening, TTT. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It's indeed a pleasure to be here this evening.
Now, from all reports, while there were those who stayed away from work today, generally it seems as though most people showed up for work. Why do you think many did not heed that call?
First of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who decided today consciously to ignore the calls by the irresponsible ones, including the opposition. I just saw MP Barry Padarat boasting and quite happy at the low turnout at certain schools. Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who thought it their duty and their responsibility to continue with their normal day's activity and work, we applaud you and we thank you. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't affect the government. We see that the most affected sector is the school sector, and those are the small children who were not afforded the opportunity of an education today. So by and large, as I expected, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago did not heed any call of irresponsibility or unpatriotic behavior, turned out to work, and I'm happy to report, and you've just seen it, our health workers, I can say from a national security point of view, immigration, even our lifeguards, fire service, the police, the defense force, the prisons, and also, as you heard, normal public servants. We had very, very high rates of turnout. In the Ministry of National Security, it was over 92%. You heard public admin and the Ministry of Communication over 98%. And by and large, this is what was reported. There was no disruption to the airports. There was no disruption to transportation. So Trinidad and Tobago has once again shown that it is a country and a nation that will do what is right for the citizens at the end of the day.
Now, Minister, as you would have addressed the issue of the protective services, you mentioned that many would have turned out. So switching gears a bit, a newspaper poll has shown a slight climb in the approval rating for the Prime Minister, although citizens would have said that crime remains their #1 concern. Now, as Minister of National Security, can you share any plans on how you will be addressing this and moving forward?
As Minister of National Security, I've been very, very conscious not to come out. I've been in the post now for a month, and I have not allowed myself to come out and give any interviews to talk about any plans. What is happening is there's a lot of efficient work taking place. My role and responsibility as the Minister of National Security is to pull together all of the heads of the national security apparatus, our Chief of Defence Staff, our newly appointed Commissioner of Police, Head of Prisons, Head of Fire, the Director of SSA, and all others. And I can tell you, they are working more and more efficiently together. The public, if they've been looking on, would have seen a higher rate of detection of crime and would have seen a reduction even of our murders, but I don't want to speak too early. And what we're going to do as the government is continue to support, and I'm going to be there on the ground helping our various arms of security, and then also appealing to our citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, as they did today, to pick up their own mantle of responsibility. So I think from a national security perspective, the government does recognize it is the #1 issue, or at least one of the big issues affecting every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And we're taking it very, very seriously. And I am not going to be a Minister of National Security who reaches out there screaming and shouting, etc. We will work efficiently and quietly, and hopefully the benefit of that we will see is an overall reduction in crime over time.
Thank you so much, Minister. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you for taking the time to be with us here in studio.
Thank you. Thank you very much.